I'm just looking here at Max's F1 racing magazines, and there's shitloads of them. Max, they're all out of order.
I know, it's outrageous.
What are you doing?
I don't know, but I need some mirror time. I need to have a good hard look at myself, Pep, at the end of the day. Yeah, it's not just F1 racing mags. I've got a couple of Australian Grand Prix sort of
Official guides.
official guides from 2000. That one. We got that with the Red Baron on the front. We got the O2 guide from Australia.
Nice.
Yeah, and many and varied, different.
So you've got every F1 racing magazine going back how far, Max?
Probably to 1998.
Can anyone beat that? I mean, that's a shitload of magazines.
Oh, people will shit all over it. I mean, I've no doubt about that. There you go. 50 years of motorsport from Toyota, from our friends at Toyota, believe it or not. There's Jack Brabham, Black Jack. Go you good thing. All good. Yeah.
All right, Max, let's do 123 now.
All right, we will. See you guys. Oh, quick shot of that from our friend Mr. Penske in the United States. Look at that. Framed it. Finally framed it.
Beautiful.
People
Love it, mate.
smart. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Good. All right. See you guys.
Hey guys, welcome to F1 Podcast. This is episode 123. And as always, you're joined by Pep and Max. Max, how are you, mate?
I'm well. I'm great.
How have you been finding this break between Grand Prix?
It sucks. It's terrible. It's like a mini off-season. And, we've been 3 weeks into it now. One more week to go, mate, until we hit Valencia in Spain.
Yeah, I've actually been pretty quiet on the podcast for the last week or so, I wanted to give you guys the information about that. We don't talk about personal things much on this podcast, Max. It's all about the F1. But last Friday, on the 7th, I became a father. My girlfriend gave birth to a little girl, so I've been...
He's a daddy!
Yeah, I'm a daddy, so I've been busy with that, mate. And for all of you guys who have had children, you know what I'm talking about. It's a busy time, but, mate, it's good as well.
Yeah, congratulations, mate. I'm sure everyone out there is thinking the same as I am, mate. It's a wonderful thing, and, there's a little pepina in the world.
There is, mate, and so, we've had dog noise, renovation noise, weather noise, and, next time we film at my place, there could be baby noise.
God, heaven forbid.
All right, well, let's get on to the Formula One, mate, and the big news has been about Michael Schumacher, and it was actually your good self, Max, who told me, because I was unplugged from the world for a few days, and we caught up for a beer, and you told me that Michael wasn't racing. And what was my reaction, Max? Tell everyone what I said.
It went something along the lines of this. What? What? No. What?
Yeah, I think I said...
No, he's not racing.
I think I said, oh, fuck.
Fuck!
Yeah.
What? You're kidding me? That's pretty much about it. But it has been pretty much all about Michael and the no-show, mate. There's been quite a few comments made by... not only you guys on our channel, but by some ex-Formula One drivers. Of note, Niki Lauda, Alain Prost, and a few others, of course. Mate, your thoughts on Michael's dramatic pullout, I guess, of his return to Formula One?
Yeah, I was completely gutted, Max, and I don't think the guy would have put himself out there to do this temporary comeback or whatever you want to call it. If he wasn't confident that he could be quick on the circuit. So, it's probably a predictable answer for me, but I do actually believe that there are some medical things going on behind the scenes. The accident, as I'm understanding, was pretty big that he had on the motorcycle. And
fractured his neck and his skull.
Yeah, so... I just don't think that he put himself out there and get all that media attention and all that commentary and all that anticipation to then backflip effectively. I just don't think he would want it to be that way. So I'm not ruling out, Max, that he could come back later this year or even next year for his comeback. I just don't think that he would have done it that way. So I was gutted. I'm really disappointed, and I'd love to see him back in the car. So, we'll have to see, mate.
We will, and the thing is that neither you or I or anyone watching this podcast will ever know what was really going on behind the scenes. Look, it could simply be that, Michael's neck could not handle the loads of a Formula One car. Now, admittedly, he was driving the 2007 car with all the bells and whistles on it. And as we all know, I mean, the the biggest thing in Formula One when you're a driver, I guess, is neck stability. And this is a guy that's had a serious injury to his neck. Let's also not forget that he's 40 years of age. There's been a lot of skeptics out there, and I mean, this is grist for the mill. I mean, it's great. Oh, he catted it. He realised with that test in the F2007 that he wasn't quick enough. So he's a la Eddie Jordan, who's basically sort of said, I think Michael might have realised that he wasn't as competitive as he
I was disappointed with Eddie's comments, actually, and all the people who just don't like Schumacher. It gives them fodder, doesn't it, Max,
it does.
to say, the guy wussed out or whatever.
Absolutely, but I mean, when you think about it, why would you go through all of this, potential of coming back if at the last minute you were going to pull out? I guess the skeptics amongst us might say, great PR for Ferrari. Ferrari don't need any more PR.
No, they don't.
I mean, quite frankly.
And nor does Michael.
No, absolutely not. And of course, the FIA would have been thrilled with the potential of Michael coming back. We saw what happened to the ticket sales at Valencia. They went through the roof with the anticipation of Michael coming back to race.
Yeah. And now they're seeing Luca Badoa.
Yeah.
They're seeing that yellow helmet instead, Max.
Well, this is it. But look, I think it was a great idea of him coming back. I think we'd all agree with that. And the reason I say I think we'd all agree with that is for those of you that don't like Michael and for those of you that do like Michael, there was going to be something for all of us at the end of the day. And it's disappointing, but hopefully, if he continues on with his training,
which apparently he is.
Well, let's hope so. And potentially this we could see Michael racing. Let's all hope at the next race at Spa that he comes back. Wouldn't that be great, mate? 30th of August. It's locked into my calendar, and I hope it's locked into yours.
Now, Max, I know that you're not a betting man, but if you were a betting man, would you say that he's going to come back for more Grand Prix this year? Do you think, like me, that potentially he could come back next year? If Ferrari, and that's the caveat on that is if Ferrari field 3 cars, which Luca de Montezemolo is talking about, and Foda are talking about, do you think we could see him back, Max?
Not next year, no. This year, within the last couple of races, perhaps. Depends on Felipe's recuperation.
Yeah.
No, I don't think we'll see Michael back next year. It'd be fantastic for the sport if he did. If Ferrari fielded a 3-car team, or if Formula One went down that three-car route. I don't think that's got any legs to it personally, but from a PR perspective, it'd be terrific. But I don't see Michael coming back next year. But this year, I'd like to see him come back for a couple of races at least. But look, we're just talking about a guy getting back into a Formula One car, incidentally, which is the 07 model running GP2 slicks. Wasn't allowed to test this year's car, which is fair enough. I can understand the rationale behind a couple of the teams poo-pooing that idea. But hopefully, if he continues on, as you say, with his rehabilitation of his neck, maybe we could get a couple of races out of Michael, providing Felipe's still not well enough to drive. But hasn't it been great? It's created a real buzz.
Oh yeah, it's been massive. Yeah,
Michael, and everyone's come out again. Hate him, love him. Hate him, love him. It's been great.
All right, guys. Well, we're going to do a video straight after this talking about some of the other things that have been happening in Formula One. Leave us your comments and we'll see you soon for that.
Alright guys, see ya.
See ya. This is Max's F1 shrine above his TV. Check this out.
2007 Ferrari, Kimmy.